A new 10-year visa for foreigners in Thailand. Nok Air provides compensation in Chiang Rai, and there's a massive fire from a pub in Chonburi. All these stories and more on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello, I'm Jay.
I am Maddie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I actually had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. This show is brought to you by Andamanda Water Park. And I'd like to introduce my lovely co-hosts. It's Natty Warisa
Hello.
and Sarah.
Hi.
And my name is Jay, and today we're going to be talking about the current affairs in Thailand and all the hot headlines from across the country. You can always use the timestamps to skip directly to the part to find out more about the story you're here to find out for after the live show. But for now, I'd like to welcome everyone joining us live. Let's start with the first story, which is regarding the new 10-year visa for foreigners. Now, Thailand
so many new visas.
Yes, Thailand is the land of visas. Now, Sarah just made a video on the elite visa, which will be coming out early next week. But Natty, tell me more about this 10-year visa to attract foreigners.
Yeah, so we're starting off Friday with some really good news for foreign expats. Because next month Thailand is launching a new 10-year visa to attract foreign experts to the country to boost industry and commerce. The Thai Board of Investment Deputy Secretary General Narit Therdsathien Sut revealed that the kingdom is looking to invite about 1 million skilled workers to develop and enhance the nation's economy, particularly in the electric vehicle, electronics, medicine, and defense industry. Narit reported that the long-term resident visa is aimed at foreign human resources with high potentials and skills, adding that they will accept applications from September 1st onwards. The government made it known that people with assets of more than $1 million can also apply, as well as retirees who have a stable pension. Successful applicants will be rewarded with a digital work permit, while personal income tax rates will be reduced to 17% for all visa holders. But hear this out. I think this is great news for a lot of people who will be coming in with this visa. Rules requiring companies to hire 4 Thai nationals per foreign employee will be scrapped if you arrive with this visa.
That's golden.
Yeah, so this is designed to make the new visa scheme usable for small and medium-sized companies as well as startups. This is Thailand's third visa targeting high-skilled professionals or investors, and we're probably going to hear more from Sarah's clip later what other kind of visas are there in Thailand. But Narit believes that the 10-year visa, this new one, will attract people from Japan, South Korea, China, the US, and Europe. Adding Thailand's economy will be getting an immediate short-term boost of about 1 trillion baht. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I feel like they always make up random numbers. Like, it's going to boost the economy. We're going to get 56 billion baht. How? We just are. Predictions. Oh, well.
I mean, it's very interesting that they come up with this visa, actually, because the elite visa, which I've just done, it just seems like expensive.
Yeah, it's for rich people.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't cover like other tourists that wants to be here. I think this is a great visa, a new one. Yeah.
I'd just like to highlight my pleasure in hearing about this news requiring foreign experts and skilled labor. So I personally, on my story, when I was younger, a lot of Thai companies would not hire me because I was a foreigner, because they'd have to pay for my work permit and also a higher salary. And I was working in media, so for every 1J, there's another Thai national that they could hire.
There's 4 natties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's 4 natties.
4
Exactly.
Saras.
Very well said, Natty.
Okay, sorry.
And look at Natty. I mean,
Me.
come on, who's gonna pick me? But that's exactly my point. And so I had to start my own business. That's how I started legally working in Thailand. And yes, there's always been that rule: for one foreigner, you needed 4 Thai nationals.
Yeah.
And I had to basically. There were 4 Thai nationals involved in the company just for me to get a work permit and legally work, and that's always been a headache. You need to maintain those salaries and loopholes, this and that, extra paperwork, and it's a nightmare of a situation. Even though I have the skills and I'm putting the money down to start my own company, I still have to deal with that rule. But now that being scrapped makes it 10 times more easier. So people like me or other people who are looking to work here legally and want to start their own company will have one less thing to worry about, and quite an annoying thing that someone had to deal with. You save money, you save costs, you save paperwork, and you just have that peace of mind. So great move in terms of that one stipulation.
But I'm
Now,
sure like Thais would complain about this.
I don't think so.
Because before they would have to like hire 4 Thais, right? So
Yes.
now it's not required, so less jobs.
Yes, but I mean,
And they're gonna be like, oh, you cater to foreigners now, you don't care about Thais.
yeah, but they're doing their own thing, right? Like if I'm coming to Thailand for work, I'm coming here to do my own thing. I don't think they would necessarily care that that person's not hiring any Thai employees. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't. I mean,
fair.
you don't necessarily go around the street being like, she looks like a foreigner. She probably has her own business and hires Thai people. If
Yeah, no.
you're gonna need Thai people anyways,
Yeah,
right?
true.
I come here for business. All the paperwork is in Thai. Your accountant needs to be Thai. When
Mm-hmm.
you deal with the revenue department, you do your taxes. You need Thai employees. Thailand, it doesn't even have English paperwork. It
doesn't actually.
and going around, talking to the police, talking to this person, talking to that person. You call the sales department of big businesses, they all speak Thai. You need Thai staff anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think necessarily it'll be a big issue.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
But great move. Now, what defines skilled labor? Do we know? So are we like talking about engineers and...
Yeah, I think they're talking more of the digital. They're focusing
moment?
more on the, how to call it, like more digital startup businesses. So I think a lot of app developers, even, or how do you call this? As I just read, this is good. So electric vehicles, electronics, medicine, and defense industry.
Oh, that's a very niche
Defense
market too, isn't it?
ministry.
Yeah. So it's not that anybody can come in and do this. And so it kind of makes sense. I don't think many Thai peoples have these skills yet. That's why they kind of allow, if you come in with this visa, it's not like all expats that do business will get exempted, or you can't hire for a Thai national. So I think it'll be okay.
Medicine is interesting because yes, Thailand has an amazing medical industry, but according by Thai law, all the medical professionals are Thai.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know in which aspect the medical professionals will be coming in, but that'll be interesting. Maybe experienced people will come here and train the young doctors here in Thailand, because all the professionals, they've studied in US, they get their degree from US, and then they come back to Thailand and then practice their medicine here. So I think that's interesting. But
It's still very niche though.
Yeah.
At first it sounds so good.
Yes.
And then, it's too good to be true. It's only for this.
highly skilled labor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah, so
But
there you go.
But at least it helps some people out. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
are a professional in those fields, good for you.
Yeah. Yay.
All right. Let's move on to our next topic. Unfortunately, we've got some bad news once again. Now, a massive fire broke out in a club, I believe, in Sattahip.
Yes, in Chonburi
Chonburi.
province.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually very horrifying. So this morning or late last night, there was a fire at this pub in Sattahip, Chonburi province. On social media, you could see that there is some very distressing videos of people like running out of the building, and condolences to the families of those who died though. According to the first reports, 13 people were killed and 41 injured in a pub fire shortly after midnight. It took more than 2 hours for firefighters to bring the fire under control. So I'm not sure if you could see the footage here. The first look inside the pub that caught fire last night killed 13. That's the initial reports. I'm sure there's gonna be more, because from the look of it, it's horrifying. It's like it's deadly. So they're saying it's caused by a short circuit in the ceiling, and the foam, which is used as soundproofing, apparently caused the fire to spread really quickly. And so the problem here is, it seems, according to the local media, the Mountain Bee pub looked like, before the fire that killed 13, there is like a door. There's I don't know if you could see in the screen.
Video,
Yeah. There is an outline of the door, and you don't really know it's a door. It just blends in as disguised as part of the wall, so people don't know that it's the exit. And the fire exit was at the back of the pub, so people don't know. So they just used that one entrance of coming in and out, and everyone was rushing to that entrance.
Stampede.
So not everybody made it, and this is one of the deadliest fires in the entertainment venue in Thailand. We had one before, I think in 2009, if you remember Santika.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was during New Year. It was similar where, a fire broke and people were running through like one entrance, one exit, and that was a tragedy as well. So yeah, so that's really sad.
I actually saw the entire footage. I think it was on TikTok. Somebody, I don't know, somebody thought it would be a good idea to send it to me because they know that I would report the news. And the whole footage of somebody filming it was in Thai, and she sounded really distressed. And she was describing like, oh, there's people who are caught on fire and just running outside. It was horrific. Like, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
It's really sad, really. Like, you just go out and try to have a good time, and then something like this happen.
Yeah.
And especially when you try to like run for your life, you don't really think about anything. So
Oh yeah. I mean, you
so
can't
yeah,
even really
and now
blame
they're still trying to identify the bodies because it's like badly burnt. So yeah, so that's really sad.
We'll keep you up to date with all the latest information and happenings of that event on thetiger.com. This news just broke out. I mean, a lot of the news outlets are still, it's only
updating.
in Thai.
Yeah.
Thai media has been reporting it, yes, but we will be reporting on this issue as well. Updates found on thetiger.com. As for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be addressing our poll, as well as giving you an update on the Nok Air situation in Chiang Rai. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. This show is brought to you by Andamanda Water Park, Phuket. You might have seen that video and thought to yourself, wow, that's a place I want to go next time I visit to Phuket. Did you know that they have angel slides?
Angel slides?
What is
are
an
those?
angel slide?
Well, excellent question, girls. Angel slides are basically, it's one of the longest slides that they have on the water park. So when you think about a slide, you start on the top and you go down. Angel slides, you go down as well as you go up.
Nice.
So they have
Ooh.
jets. When you've gone down and you've reached near the bottom, they've got jets that pull you back up. So you're also flying up vertically.
Wow.
It's actually really fun.
I want to go there.
Me too. I feel like I should go there now.
Well,
Are you
yeah.
scared of roller coasters?
No, I love them.
You do?
Yeah.
How about you?
It's a roller coaster over a water slide. I'm cool with them. No, I'm cool with them.
Okay. We'll see.
So yeah, you can check out the Angel Slide in Andamanda Water Park next time you're there. It's like
Definitely,
Wild
definitely.
Wadi in Dubai, if anyone has ever visited.
Well, Wadi.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
That's
I've been
okay.
to Dubai, but not there.
Well, next time, Sarah, next time. I'd also, ladies and gentlemen, like to take a moment to welcome our newest member to Good Morning Thailand and the Tiger family. It's Tech Symbol.
Tech
He's finally taken the plunge. Welcome. Thank you for supporting the channel. We appreciate it very much. Let's now address a poll we did yesterday. Now, we asked the question about wage disparity, and we had a brief discussion about it. And the question was asked: have you ever noticed a wage disparity in Thailand? If so, between which groups do you often see it between? And the answer with 62% was most chosen was between foreigners and locals. No surprise here. In second place was I've never really paid attention, 25%. 8% said between men and women, and lastly 5% said with other groups, and they commented below on what they thought. Between foreigners and locals, yes, I guess that would be the largest wage disparity in Thailand. I took one comment from Eddie, who said, as a qualified teacher, I was paid about 4 to 6 times as much as many Thai teachers. That makes sense, especially in international schools.
For sure.
And let's address this briefly, because we could go on for this forever. A qualified teacher makes sense. You know, you're being paid for your teaching experience, as well as depending on what subject you're coming here for. But international schools, for example, this has been a hotly debated topic that, especially if you're, let's say, a Thai family, you're spending that extra money to send your child to an international school. And is there a preference to have that teacher to to be from the UK or US? Let's say you're going to an American school. Would you not want your child to study from an American teacher?
If I'm paying a certain amount of money, yeah, I would like my child to, speak with a certain accent, maybe or hear it from a native English speaker.
Agreed.
Having said that, I don't mind if the teacher is Thai or a different nationality, but he or she can teach with the accent of my preference. Like, for example, I'm Thai, fully Thai. I only have one passport. And if I were to teach
Allegedly.
any kid, right, like if they want to learn English, like I wouldn't mind teaching them
Yeah.
how to read and write. I think it's fair.
Fair enough.
I mean, in terms of speaking, I
Yes.
would like a native, but I know people will hate me for this, but
it's okay.
natives actually with their grammar wise is not that great.
Okay.
Like actually it's usually not like real native that are really good in grammar. So I wouldn't mind if it's not a native who can teach my child proper grammar, but in like speaking wise, yeah, I would prefer my child to speak with a native and have like a proper accent, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. I mean,
And if I'm paying a lot here.
That's my point. If you're going to pay up to 500,000 baht or 1,000,000 baht per year to send your child to an international school,
more.
you can be fussy about who teaches your child.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money actually. Like it's better to send them abroad, I think.
And it
Right.
makes sense, right? Like you're going to an American school, you're going to a British school. There's a certain standard that you expect, and yes, for that amount of money, and for the future of your child, you want them to get that type of education.
I don't know when you
From
you
that
were
certain
talking
someone.
about that. It kind of reminded me of my mom used to own a language school,
Oh, okay.
and there was like a Asian American girl. So she was Japanese American, and she applied for my mom's school. And of course, my mom hired her because she speaks English like a native English speaker,
Yeah.
right? You just cover up the face, and you don't even know
Yeah.
what she looks like, basically. And she's like, "Oh, thank God," because like she's applied to so many other schools, but nobody hired her just because she looks
Asian.
Asian, and like that was like a no-no. Yeah. Anyways, that's a little bit of a history there
Oh well.
of my
All right.
mom.
We're going to slip into our final topic. I apologize for the pun. Chiang Rai Airport reopens as stranded Nok Air plane has finally been removed from the airport. Now, Mae Fa Luang, Chiang Rai International Airport, reopens today, Friday, after a damaged Nok Air plane was removed from the runway. Now, Airports of Thailand and the Department of Airports have cleared the runway, which Nok Air Boeing 737-800 series skidded off on July the 30th,
Yeah.
causing flight cancellations and an airport shutdown. Now, Chiang Rai Airport director has come out and said that the plane removal was delayed because of the difficulties of moving the plane without actually causing more damage to it, and especially to the aircraft's wings. A recovery team from Thai Airways was called in and had to be sent, which had licensed engineers and equipment to remove the stranded plane. Now, Nok Air has also come out and said that they're going to give compensation to all 164 passengers of the flight. It will also put in more safety protocols in place. The Nok Air chief executive said that they will compensate all the passengers in terms of refunds and free tickets worth up to 1,000,000 baht, not per passenger, up to 1,000,000 baht in total. All passengers will be given tickets for a round trip valid for a year, and they can request refunds, cancellations, or destination changes without charges. He also went on to defend the pilot. He said the pilot has more than 15 years of experience, and he tried his best while landing, and there were no deaths, and there were no casualties, and there was minimum damage. And yeah, he has 15 years of experience as a pilot, and he did a great job, as well as the co-pilot had at least 3 years of experience. And yeah, every step of the evacuation went according to safety protocols. Now, a lot of people were complaining about why were they on the plane for almost an hour.
It was like
blah, blah,
drama.
blah. Yeah, everybody's giving their opinion, and you know, I've got a breakdown of the events. Now, the Nok Air chief executive came out and said, look, the aircraft skidded at 9:06 p.m. there was a clear announcement asking the cabin crew to prepare for an evacuation at 9:09 p.m.
Okay.
At 9:18, after holding discussions with the airport staff and being assured that all electrical systems had been cut out, so there are no leaks, it's not going to ignite into a flame, the pilot decided to disembark passengers requiring special assistance at 9:21 a.m. So they were the first people. There's no first class or business class in Nok Air. So 9:21, special assistance people were taken out of the plane. He insisted that the first batch of passengers were able to evacuate 20 to 30 minutes after the incident. However, due to limited carrying capacity of the transport from where the accident took place to the terminal, which was about 1 kilometer long, they were only able to carry about 15 to 17 passengers at a time. So per trip, there was only 15 to 17 people. And the last passenger disembarked at about 10 p.m. And that's why it took that long from the incident taking place to people disembarking. And a lot of people were being very critical about this and that without really understanding the situation. So hopefully this clarifies your opinions and your feedback regarding why they took that long.
Everyone was just panicking.
Yes.
Like the people, the passengers, okay, maybe not the pilot, but the air hostess and everyone else, I think.
Were they the air hostess? Because I mean, I don't know if the staff and crew of the airplane
There should be though,
Why?
because to help people to like evacuate.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think they were panicked because they're professionals and I think they're trained to.
I think they're trained,
be
but they
calm.
never like experience this
As
real.
human beings,
yeah,
I
and then
completely
you
get your
panic
point.
anyway, and I think there's some form of miscommunication for sure, and that's why there is this drama.
Yeah.
Because if it was like well trained or they get to practice more often, I think this would have like
More
not been an
accidents
issue. Yeah.
to practice now. Just
Maybe the airport should have
just-
prepared with
yeah,
more
like
buses
train.
so they could
Yeah.
evacuate them all at the same time. If 15 to 17 passengers at a time, anything could go wrong during that time. So that's
Exactly.
understandable. Now, yes, the crew are trained in emergency evacuation and all sorts of different things. But yes, they're human beings. They might not show it, but I'm sure they must have been,
For sure.
I'm not condemning
Pooping their
anything
pants.
that happened during the incident on July 30th. I think everybody handled the case as best as they could,
Yeah.
and they even have compensations for the people on the flight. So I think that's a great move as well. My only question is why did it take so long? Wait, today is August 5th though, for them to actually move the abandoned.
Yeah, it was
Plane
delayed
away.
for
Yeah.
like 2 days.
Yeah, they were waiting for the professionals to
Right.
come over. I guess the flight from Bangkok to Chiang Rai takes longer. Well, yeah, they couldn't land, so they had to land in Chiang Mai and then drive over there.
Which is 3 hours drive
Yes.
only.
Yes.
Look, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? Obviously, the Nok Air executives are on PR control.
Yeah,
They're
for
going to
sure.
try to make the situation as, we followed the protocols and this and that happened. And I'm sure if you ask the people on the plane and perhaps the crew, they're going to want to keep their job. So they're going to say one thing. Passengers are going to have one experience. There are videos on there.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out more and more because, investigations are going on what actually caused the incident. So once again, all the latest information can be found on thetiger.com, but I'm sure that all the viewers, let us know your questions, your feedback and comments. Members, please let us know your comments and we're going to address them after the break. We'll be back. Conversation and have your voice heard. Discuss the issues, share information and get information. Tiger Talk is where you keep in touch with everything Thailand. Go to thetiger.com/talk. Welcome back. It's now time to address some of your live questions, feedback, and comments. So, dear members, thank you. Let's address some member questions and comments.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Voice of God.
God.
Oh, right. I completely forgot my intro.
I was just like, when do I
I'll
come
tell you
in?
what. You know why I got distracted?
Why?
Lumberjack
Yeah,
shirts?
yes. Firstly, welcome to Lumberjack Friday. We've initiated Sarah into the Lumberjack Association, but I got distracted. I couldn't invite Carmel in properly because just at the break she goes, "I just ordered 7-Eleven. It's gonna come."
Yeah, I heard that too, and I was like,
It's-
7-Eleven?
It's gonna come right in between the comment section,
Yes,
and
it
then I
is.
hear Shai go 3, 2, 1, and I was like, "What?
I know. So
I'm
many
sorry.
questions.
How dare you?" Well, anyways, enter the chat, the voice of God.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Yes, there she is.
Restarting.
Okay.
Okay. First comment that I got was from Lee Shepherd, and he said, "Oh my God, mass flannel, like the clothes that you're wearing."
Yes, mask flannel indeed. I would like to thank my lovely co-host to join me in Lumberjack Friday.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
I'm just thinking of the people who have never tuned into Good Morning Thailand before. This is their first time.
Yes.
And they're like,
This is our uniform.
yeah,
guys.
this is a weird news channel where all the presenters wear lumberjack
We're
flannel.
hip, we're cool, we are new,
We're gonna
we
leave
are
an
Sven.
impression.
What?
We're gonna leave an impression on
Yes,
A
exactly.
good one.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, you
Hope
guys
so.
are wearing different colors too, so it's like
It's
no
F-
one is
Should we
copying.
match?
It's
Next
FF Flannel
Yeah, let's
Friday.
do it next
Okay,
time.
I
Next
think
time.
matching would take it a bit too far. But if we are
Same.
to match, we must wear red and red only.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
I agree.
Anyways, please continue.
We had a donation from What's Up Pattaya.
Oh, what's
Oh,
up,
yeah.
Pattaya?
Thank
Rock'em
you.
sock'em.
Thank you.
Rock
I
and
forgot
sock 'em.
the saying, but yes, I think that was it.
Thank you very much for your donation.
Yes. My 7-Eleven's here. Yay!
Ignore your 7-Eleven voice of God. 7-Eleven
Somebody
delivery.
please get her 7-Eleven
Absolute
sandwich.
Shocking behavior from the God today. Shocking behavior.
Okay, wait, moving on. Sick Puppy said, "Go fund me for a bigger table now, up and ready."
Well,
Are you guys comfortable there?
look, people have actually commented on a bigger
lot.
table, but I feel that this is very comfy.
It's super comfortable.
I feel like it bothers them way more than it bothers
Does it
us.
bother you guys that much though?
Yeah,
please let
'cause
us know.
If you feel like the aesthetics might be improved with a bigger table for some reason, we can try to get a bigger table. But I'd just like you to know I'm very comfortable. Natty, are you
I'm
comfortable?
super comfortable.
Me too.
Okay.
No complaints here.
I think
It-
maybe it's because
yeah.
your laptop is like barely hanging
Oh,
on, so they're
shoot.
like,
Oh, okay, I'll
"Get
try
a
to do
bigger
this."
table."
Netty's a rebel. She refuses
rebbed.
to move to anything
iPad?
smaller than a MacBook Pro. She's just too high, so I can't contain it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Franco7 has been a member for 7 months, and
wow.
so his message is, "Natty, Sarah, and Jay, thank you for the colorful Lumberjack Friday. Not only men look cool in Lumberjack shirts."
That's right.
That's right. The women of Thaiger are also part of the Lumberjack Association. We're all inclusive here at the Thaiger.
Yes.
You could be a tree.
And we don't want that.
What?
What?
You can be a tree. I don't know.
We
What to
clearly-
say
You
to
can be the rock.
Well, yeah. I'll be the rock.
Hey, you gotta be more excited.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, one of the topics was about a new visa for the highly skilled foreigners.
10-year visa for
Yeah.
highly
Okay,
skilled.
yes.
It's not highly skilled people. Yeah, it is highly skilled people.
Yeah, but a niche group.
A niche group, right?
Okay.
Okay, so Tony the Tiger said the checklist to get that visa. Good luck.
Yeah.
And
it's too
Damien
good to
Jesser
be
from the
true.
Facebook live stream, he asked, "How much does this new visa cost?"
It doesn't say yet. It'll launch on September 1st, so maybe closer to the date, they'll say it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll cost
Cheaper
a
than
fair
the
amount of
elite,
money, but cheaper than elite. Yeah.
For sure.
Sick Puppy said Thailand better hurry up with that visa because Vietnam's policy is getting all the smart folks to move there.
Ah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Because everyone's been commenting that like it's much easier to get to Vietnam versus
I actually
here.
heard that too.
For the massive fire which broke down in the club, there were a few comments. Text Symbol asked, "Were there sprinklers?"
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
I
there
don't
were
think
sprinklers.
so because there was like
Sprinklers and stuff.
soundproof foam on the ceiling as well.
Oh,
So it was like a, one of those,
Dodgy.
like not
Entertainment
those
venue.
massive clubs, but like,
Yeah.
it's in Satahip and like it's a bit more like you said, they didn't
Local.
even have clear doors. They want to keep it hidden. And
Yeah.
like, there's always a gimmick these days, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, and they want to clearly soundproof everything without worrying about fire hazards, and it was just poorly made.
Yeah, exactly.
They clearly need to set new regulations up.
yeah. Scott D said, "RIP for all souls lost." And Sick Puppy said, "A tip, whenever you go to a club, always look for an egress point. Think military when you are in a crowd and have an exit strategy."
Yeah.
So he was telling people that always know where your exits are in case anything happens, because you never know
Yes,
when you're in a club.
absolutely.
This actually reminds me when COVID started becoming like very, how to call it? It was like kind of penetrating the world, so to speak, in 2020, and they were closing off every single exit. And they just only left one entrance
yes.
and exit door. And I was thinking the same thing, like, this is actually very bad for health and safety. Like for safety reasons, if a fire were to emerge or something.
But they actually like, chained some of the doors.
Yeah, like that would be disastrous.
And this was in malls. I saw it a lot in malls.
Correct.
There was only one exit that you had. Yeah.
yeah.
Where am I? Tony Restall from the Facebook live stream said that free zones would have solved all of these problems when the fire broke out. And Shane O Traveler asked, how many pub fires have you guys heard of since you were here?
That big club fire, I
Yes.
think everyone in Thailand's
In
heard of it.
Santika?
Was 2000, yeah.
2009.
2009.
That was huge because it was
yeah,
New
that-
Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was in the middle of the city.
Yes.
And
And
it's
yes,
the
sorry.
place
Yeah.
to go
It
at
was
that time.
really weird for me because I was actually there.
Oh
I'm not
my
even joking.
God.
Like I was very lucky because we were doing pub hopping, me and my friends, and we ended up in Santika actually at one point in time. But it was so crowded that my friends were like, you know what, it's too crowded in here. Let's just get out. And then 1 hour later, that happened, and we were standing there
So
just like
lucky.
holding hands, like what just happened? That could have been us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
So
crazy.
very scary. Yeah.
And I think since then, this is the only pub fire?
That was that big.
Like a club,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
A club
very big
inside
one,
a
yeah.
club.
Okay. For the runway that finally got cleared from the Nok Air accident, Sick Puppy said, I would not be happy sitting on that plane. What if there was a spark or some other thing that could have caused a fire? I would not believe them if they told me that it was safe.
Understandable. I mean, they should have asked them to come down and stand on the runway or something, you know, instead of making them sit in the plane and like God knows when the car is gonna come back and pick them up. So yeah, it's understandable to get upset. I would. I mean, even though I understand the situation, but I mean, I don't want to
think-
sit on the plane.
And I can't even imagine the mayhem that might have been going on during the plane. You know, when the plane normally lands and gets to the gate, there's always those, you know,
You
those
wanna sit-
baggage
Oh,
warriors, I call them, like, you know, especially from the back, yeah, like,
I'm guilty.
and they'll just stand there. Are you?
I'm like that sometimes.
I was gonna call them some colorful words, but I'm not going to. But you know, they just like, go and stand there, and sometimes they're standing there for 20 minutes, and I'm just sitting there looking at him like, why? Like, what are you in such a hurry for?
Yeah.
Your bag is not going to reach there even before, you know.
I have
Yeah.
no comment on this.
And I've noticed most of the people, because I fly domestic a lot, right? And so I travel with a small bag when I go to Phuket, so I don't need to run to the baggage claim or something. But most of them have baggage that they have to wait for. So if
Yeah.
you know you have to wait for like 10 to 15 minutes when you're going to reach your baggage, why are you in such a hurry
Just want to get out of the plane.
for a 1 hour flight?
Okay,
I
not
understand
1
if it's
hour.
like a 10-hour flight,
Yeah, okay,
you know.
10-hour flight. I want to get out of the plane.
What's another 10 minutes? Just
It's
wait
just
for
a
your
thing.
turn.
I have
guys-
no
guys,
good reason
I'm gonna take
to
a
argue
stance
with
here.
you.
I'm gonna
It's
take a
just-
stance here. Do the right thing, okay? Take a chill pill. It's another 10 minutes. All right. Let's go row by row. We live in a civilized society.
Do
Be
we?
the change that you'd like to see. All right. Just
Okay.
wait for your turn. And when people are getting off your row, get off. Don't push people. You know, take your bag out and just exit the plane.
But
I'll
Jay,
try my
you're
best.
okay. Both of you are lucky because your torsos are a lot longer than me, and you guys are taller than me. I'm small,
Yes.
and so when they stand up, their butts are like, I'm like, hello. Like, oh, nice.
and that, you know, it's just so awkward sitting there just watching like people just to the side, and they're standing there for 15 minutes, and the cabin crew is always like, please take your seat, please wait, like let's, you know, especially after the pandemic. This post-pandy situation that we have right now, the airlines ask you to go row by row,
Yes.
Yeah.
but they'll still stand on the aisle, and I'm like, what kind of a world are we living in? Like, they're requesting you, please have a seat, and there'll be certain people just standing there like, I can hear you, I just don't care what you're saying.
I have a question. What do you think about people who don't turn off their cell phones when they're like, okay, when the plane is taxiing off and taxiing down or whatever you call that,
Yeah.
please switch off your mobile phones because it can interrupt, the communication center. Do you guys turn it off?
I put it on airplane mode.
That's fine. B.
Airplane mode.
Don't lie to me. We went to
Took you
Thailand.
Whoa!
You were
Whoa! I was watching Netflix, but I downloaded the movie.
Okay.
So yes, calm down, Daddy Cheese.
Took you a while to answer that though.
No, I was just thinking about something else.
Sure.
But my point is, How many people know why do we turn off our signal on our phone when we're taking off?
Because it messes up with the communication.
Does it,
center.
though?
It does.
Does it though?
Really?
It could be. It could.
Does it
So
could,
why?
yes.
So why would
Radio
you
signal-
try?
There's,
Yeah.
there's
Think about that,
definitely a reason. Everyone has an answer to that. But yes, I do put it on airplane mode, Natty.
Okay. Good.
How dare you?
People are siding with you mostly. They're like, oh, it's okay. But they said, please cooperate with us.
If
All right.
Yeah.
Good answer.
We have 3 people
Okay.
commenting about that question. Like, do you really think that like not having your phone on airplane mode would affect the plane, right? And Sick Puppy said no, it does not. Text Symbol said rubbish, it does not. And PG Santa said in the past it could have been, but with modern
Yeah.
planes it doesn't.
I think with
I don't
want
wanna test it out.
Maybe
I don't.
Sorry?
with smaller planes.
Like a 10-year-old A320 from
maybe.
Thai
Yeah,
Airways?
that would
Don't try your
maybe.
luck, perhaps.
But like bigger planes, I think it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
You'd think a multi-million-dollar plane would be able to handle a small signal from my phone, perhaps. But hey, I do the responsible thing. Put your phone on airplane mode. Do the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here at the Thaiger, we do not condone such
We're not judgmental.
irresponsible behavior.
Allegedly.
Yes. Airplane mode or switch it off. Every now and then you'll get that one cabin crew who's like, I've seen one person do a double take. It was amazing. I was sitting on a row below. She was walking back and she tells this one gentleman, like, could you please turn off your phone? He goes, okay. And he pretends to turn it off. She takes 2 steps forward. She goes 2 steps back. He's already taken his phone out and he's playing and she goes, excuse me? And he's like, oh, what? Okay. It was best.
Nice.
I was like, she's been through a couple of flights. She's a proper cabin crew gangster. You don't mess with her. She knows all the tricks and tips.
But there are
think-
many like that though.
Yeah, most of them know though. You know,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of things on their mind. They're doing a passenger count. They're making sure everything's safe. Everyone's wearing their seatbelts. They don't care you're watching, I don't know, whatever
Some
it is that you
TikTok
watch
dance.
on Netflix. Justin Bieber's latest concert. Who knows? Could be anything.
I am
Breaking
waiting for
Bad.
the day though that all airplanes, no matter how big or small, they provide free Wi-Fi. Because right now, most airlines they provide Wi-Fi if you're in business class or first class. But I think there will come a day where the competitive advantage to flying this airline is that even economy you would
They
get.
do in Emirates and Qatar
Yeah.
Airways they provide you Wi-Fi.
Really?
Emirates.
Already?
In economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In economy,
Yeah.
okay. Well done for them.
Well done. It's
Yeah.
only for an hour and it's poor Wi-Fi. But hey,
Oh.
I agree.
something is better
It
than
doesn't
nothing.
even work properly. But,
Most of the
but I'm like,
time.
yay, Wi-Fi! You get excited regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. The worst was it was like I think 11-hour flight to like to Frankfurt or something, and then I went on Thai, and yeah, I had the same experience. So like free Wi-Fi for 1 hour. It's like yeah,
Nice.
1 hour winning. I'd be able to send some emails. I even timed it. Oh, I'm gonna do it in 6 hours because then that's the time they'll wake up. Okay, I go on the Wi-Fi and just can't connect. Call the cabin crew. She's like, try your luck. What am I gonna do?
You're right.
But fair enough. She's like, what am I gonna do? Control the Wi-Fi for you? Let me think about it for a second. Okay, try now. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the pilot just for you, so you can send your important email.
I mean, like most of them doesn't work. Even though it's like free Wi-Fi, it doesn't work.
That's true. That's true. Even when you're on ground, sometimes in the airport, I'm like free Wi-Fi. I'm like meh, meh.
It doesn't work.
The circle-y stuff.
All right. Any last questions, Carmel?
There are a few comments, yes. Arena Kaiser, I don't know if I said the last name correctly.
Okay.
But she said, Natty, I like your necklaces.
Oh, thank you, Arena.
What necklace?
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Very
very nice.
nice.
Thank you.
yes.
They go well with the lumberjack. Philip Wee, I haven't really seen this member comment before, but then I guess this would be the first time. But Jay, the OG lumberjack, is doing a fine job as a host, being sandwiched between 2 highly intelligent, confident female co-hosts.
Oh.
Yes.
Glad that Jay is not intimidated by powerful women.
Mariska Hargitay. We must embrace the powerful women in our, surroundings. They make you better. Women are just better than men in a lot of things.
Text
Just
symbol.
in general.
Sorry. Text symbol ask, will Sarah be at the meet and greet in November or December, whenever we planned it?
Yes, I assume.
Of course.
Jay did not listen.
Yeah,
I
Jay did not
did not
listen. No, Sarah will definitely join us in any meet and greets.
Allegedly.
Yes.
No, she will. Yes.
I hope so.
We're planning to have one near the end of the year. I think it's going to be like, we're going to call it the Thaiger Bonanza.
Bonanza.
And all the viewers are able to join. So we did one that was members only, but this one will be all out.
I
Open
like how you're
house.
able to come up with names on the fly. That's pretty impressive.
What?
He's very creative.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You said the Thaiger Bonanza?
The
Is
Thaiger
that-
Bonanza,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Okay, great. Mackie said great show today.
Well,
Thank
thank you very
you.
much,
Thank you.
Mackie. All right. Okay, with that being said, I think it's been a great episode so far. We hope you've enjoyed today's Good Morning Thailand on Lumberjack Fridays. We welcome you. Please click the like button if you have enjoyed the video. You know, share the video. Share your video. Look at the two amazing women we have here at the Thaiger. We've spoken about some the top headlines in Thailand. So share the video. Comment after the live chat. It really helps the engagement. You might think that you're not making a difference, but every little matters. So thank you all the viewers for watching us live. We appreciate your support and love. As for now, we'll see you live on Monday. But this Saturday and Sunday we have a couple of videos coming out.
And podcast.
That's right. We've got the podcast coming out, Thaiger Podcast, first one. How to run $100 million business in Thailand from an entrepreneur.
It's pretty awesome, guys. Like, really. You don't feel like it's 1 hour.
Yeah. So check that out coming out. Also Thaiger Bites. Also Sarah's first video. That's right. That's actually might be released today. If not tomorrow. So
Stay tuned.
so stay tuned for that. We'll be back on Monday morning. Until then, thank you, Nettie.
Have a great
you, Jay.
weekend.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmel, the voice of
you.
God.
Thank you.
Okay,
Unresponsive.
there we go.
I said it
doesn't care.
No, they
She's-
heard it.
She's
If
so
you
difficult to
rewatch
manage
it,
these
you can
days.
hear me
She's
say
off the
thank you.
rails.
No.
And of course, hot and shy behind the buttons. We hope you have a great day. See you.
Bye.
Bye.